I just think that we are the most coddled, the weakest, the easily manipulated, easily tied to the government, don't really stand for nothing, having this generation of people that I've ever seen in my entire life. And I hate it. I hate every aspect of it. I hate the fact I wish we could separate ourselves by allowing for people to actually be able to prove that they worth their salt. And that's why everybody feel like they're entitled to everything. When you see women talk, they say, I deserve a good man. When you see men talk, all they do is fucking complain about what it is that their circumstance is, and they don't actually stand for anything. And I think it's weak. I think it's so weak. And that's why you see guys or millionaires specifically, more than 80% of millionaires are new millionaires, because it's not the ones that's sitting there entitled and feeling like they deserve something, but it's the people that prove it and worth they salt. Everybody is not meant to make it. Everybody is not meant to go along. Everybody does not deserve everything. And I think that the guy that was talking on that particular panel was absolutely right. I think that men are supposed to suffer, but because it's the thing, the reason why you have so many weak failed households and marriages, because there was no barrier to entry in order for you to prove yourself to be worthy of a husband. There was no barrier to entry to prove that you are worthy of being a father. And it's so easy for anybody to pull out their dick and have sex, but nobody have to substantiate whether or not they can take care of a household. And that's because they didn't have to go through nothing. Everybody can just say, I want it, I can have it, I'm gonna do it. It's mine to have. And if I don't get it, then it's somebody else's fault as a result of my situation. Nobody takes ownership and responsibility as a result of it. And I think that we are weaker than we ever been. And unfortunately, we continue to become so technologically advanced and we becoming more coddled. Now we've gotten to the point where we have actually advocating for socialism. We think we deserve to get paid just because we born. That's wild to me. And so I don't believe in it. I absolutely agree with the guy that said that trauma, or whatever you want to fucking call it, suffering makes you stronger, or it separates the weak from the haves from the have-nots. And I think that as a result, it does make men stronger. And for women, I think that their bodies was built for it too. And so that's where I stand at.
Go ahead, Lady.
Can I ask a question? I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Lucky. What's your question? Then we go.
I was just going to ask him, because there were two parts of the video for everybody. Do you believe that women, since we can't control the trauma that people have been through, like one generation been through more trauma, so do you believe that what he said in the video, women who have been through things are not attractive, or they're not wanted, whatever he said?
I think that the context matters. I think when he's talking about like, let's just say, for example, if you want to use an extreme example of a chick that's been abused when she was younger, right? She carried that with her, and then she looks for that dependency, and then she may exhibit that and having sex with a lot of different guys as she got older. So therefore, she becomes less attractive, or maybe she's not even wife material by the time she becomes of age, right? In that instance. The other side of it is, I think that throughout history, women have played a role, way heavier role than they do today, as far as having to go through some of the shit that than these women go through. If your village got fucking slaughtered, the women was getting fucked and they was becoming concubines, and there was the trophies, and the men did whatever they wanted with them. And in history, throughout war, women often was the thing that incentivized men to continue to fight, and because they knew that, when they found a woman, they was gonna fuck her, and they was gonna all, do the R word to her. And so women have experienced trauma throughout all of their lives. And like I said, even in birth, right? We come from an environment where historically medicine is so advanced today to where women don't even nearly go through what it is that they go through, or what they went through back in the day, from birthing a child, right? And so I just think we built for it. I think that that's what our bodies was made for. I think that we're adapting to easier times, which is why we complain as much as we are. And it's unfortunate.
I don't think no one's arguing whether we're not built for it or not. I mean, my argument wasn't about discrediting him. I'm just saying.
I wasn't arguing about you. I think it was Lady Di or Precious says, when do we get over it? That's what I was answering.
Okay.
And I don't
No, I
think
said, how do you know that?
How do you know that you got over it?
You're supposed to get over it.
I'm going to answer that later.
You said you don't think you're supposed to get over trauma?
I think that it's just a part of life.
You will.
Even death is a part of life, and that is a form of trauma. Everybody lives and everybody dies, and everybody has to mourn. Like, you're going to continuously have people die in your life.
What do
That
y'all
is
mean by
something
get
that you're
over?
not going to get over. That is something that sticks with you for the rest of your
What
life.
is considered
your
getting over?
Well,
specific
no, they have
trauma,
things like grief counseling and things
you
like
get
that.
over it.
Yes, it sticks with you for the rest of your life, but there has to be a way that you manage this trauma. Yes, we're
Okay.
built for it. Yes, we're
Right
going to
in
go
here.
through it. But my question was, how do you know that you have gotten through it? What processes other than building yourself up with your
Your
finances
reactions. So
and
let's just say,
your cars and things like that? What trauma process do you go through to know that you're getting through it?
Can I respond?
Shiva.
Oh, go ahead.
me.
But
Okay.
Precious, don't you
Okay.
think?
Hold on, she was about to
Sorry,
say
go
something.
ahead.
So it's
Yeah,
when
I'm
you,
sorry.
so
Go
when
ahead.
it's your reaction to it, and only you know your reactions to it, whether it's fight, flight, your reactions, and little by little. So first of all, you have a natural reaction to trauma. So you're not going to get over it just because you want to. What starts to happen is you have an awareness. God damn, I want to fight. I'm gonna knock you out. And then that's the awareness come before the healing, right? Because normally the reaction to the trauma is automatic. I'm gonna whoop your ass because somebody whooped my ass when I was little. I'm gonna do this to you because this was done to me. And then when you start that healing process by way of however you get it, I don't just want to say therapy because there's multiple ways of getting healing. And then you establish a level of awareness, self-awareness, where you start to connect with yourself. Most of us don't even have a connection with ourselves. And we wonder why we don't connect in marriage and why we don't connect in sex. Have you ever had sex with somebody that you've been with for 4 or 5 years and you say it's something missing? That thing missing is you. You're not even connected to yourself. Like I can go so fucking deep.
Well, you're a
this.
woman, Queen Sheba, and no disrespect.
No,
I appreciate
niggas
your
too.
answer, but I was
Niggas
asking the
too.
men, like, how do they have?
We're talking about men, though.
I want the men to actually say from their mouth.
Okay, I'll back off.
So
but I mean,
wanna,
think about it though. Well, let me just say this last thing. It's gonna take me 30 seconds. Even in fitness, in the gym, your body has to suffer in order to grow. Your muscles is literally tearing every single fiber every day and then rebuilding itself in order to grow. Even if you want to continue to evolve, a lot of times they say do HIIT, or they say, you need to change out your workout and you need to do more, or you need to increase or whatever. In order to grow, in order to continue to have greater endurance, in order to be able to breathe underwater longer, you have to literally suffer through that process in order to continue to be a better version of yourself or more equipped to be able to deal with whatever it is that you got to deal with. And so I don't know why people run from it. I mean, as a matter of fact, the book that I just reread, David Goggins, You Can't Hurt Me, is literally an example of the thing that he run towards instead of running from, which is one of the reasons why he's so successful and why he's been able to accomplish the majority of what he's accomplished. If you haven't read David Goggins, You Can't Hurt Me, it changes your perspective and your mentality towards what suffering is supposed to be like and what the benefits of it is.